Below is a faithful revision that preserves the original storyline, structure, and details, while sharpening the journalistic impact, narrative flow, and literary finesse. The tone is tightened, imagery refined, and repetition smoothed, without altering events or character motivations. At the end, you'll find suggested headlines suitable for tabloids, digital features, or soap previews. Coronation Street's deranged Becky Swain hurls Lisa and Betsy headlong into hell in Coryell next week, igniting a devastating atrocity that will scar both Weatherfield and Emmerdale forever. Driven by obsession and convinced she has finally reclaimed Lisa's heart, Becky makes a desperate bid to flee the country with her wife and daughter. As she barrels toward the ferry terminal, she believes the war is won. But fate intervenes with a single phone call, and everything unravels. Lisa's mobile lights up with Carla's name. It's an unexpected call, one that detonates a chain reaction of catastrophic consequence. In a last-second, panic swerve, Becky loses control, triggering a deadly multi-car pileup that changes lives in the space of a heartbeat. Within a split second, it's catastrophic, says Vicky Myers, who plays Lisa. Life is never going to be the same again, for so many reasons. This episode resets everything for Weatherfield. For months, Lisa had told herself she'd made a mistake. Becky's fingers tighten around the phone. She had already been forced to surrender earlier that day. Her eyes flick briefly to the rear-view mirror, calculating. Carla, Lisa says quietly. Her voice barely holds. Are you? Help me, Carla whispers. The world contracts. The road stretches ahead, linear, indifferent. Becky's knuckles whiten on the wheel. Lisa's stomach drops as she catches the reflection of Becky's mouth in the mirror. Not quite a smile, not quite panic. Their daughter's presence in the backseat sharpens everything. Betsy hums softly to herself, an innocent metronome ticking beneath the tension. Lisa presses the phone to her ear and feels something fracture in her chest. What follows is a cascade, the kind that begins with a single toppled domino and ends with an entire field laid flat. Carla's words splinter down the line. Becky had held her. Becky had kept her. Becky had returned to Lisa under a veneer of repentance that reeked of calculation. Lisa grips the armrest, forcing herself to stay steady, for the child who trusted both women in different ways. The ferry looms on the horizon like a promise. Lisa, Carla says again. Is Betsy with you? Yes, Lisa chokes. She's here. We're with Becky. We're on our way. A quiet, lethal pause. Becky's mouth opens, then closes. Her jaw tightens, and for a fleeting instant her true face flickers across her features. Not the careful, coercive partner Lisa had been coaxed back toward, but the woman who hid secrets between apologies. In the mirror, Becky's eyes glitter. Lisa, shaken and desperate, forgets to check the lanes. Give me the phone, Becky snaps. It's a small command, but it carries thunder. Lisa hands it over as if surrendering a lit match. Becky absorbs the call, and from wherever Carla has been held, wherever she has found a signal, her voice delivers a single sentence that rolls through the car like a storm. She's coming. She's with them. Who? Becky asks, laughing without humor. The Curtis gang, Carla says. They followed me. They came to the house. I thought, Becky, I thought. She runs out of words, blunt and breathless, like a stone through glass. Lisa understands. Carla had seen something. Maybe she escaped. Maybe she'd been moved. Panic sharpens the mind by narrowing the choices. We have to get to the ferry, Becky says, gripping the wheel. Now, they become a single dangerous organism. Becky's urgency, Carla's terror bleeding through the phone, Lisa's guilt and fear, Betsy's unaware murmurs in the back. The motorway churns, a river of iron and glass. Becky accelerates, weaving past trucks, glancing into the mirror. The landscape slides sideways in the window, houses, an overpass, a sign for the ferry terminal. Carla's voice softens, threaded with apology. Lisa, listen to me. Becky, she's not who she says she is. The ferry terminal noise fractures the call, horns, shouting, a distant siren. Betsy's mittened hand pats the seat. A small comfort. Then the motorway twists. A car ahead veers unexpectedly. Becky swears and yanks the wheel. Their eyes a strange clarity to a real crash, not cinematic, not elegant. Just brutal facts. Metal screaming, tires barking, momentum rewriting physics. Human arithmetic follows. Breath, a child's scream, adrenaline burning the tongue. Lisa thinks of Carla, of Becky's hands, of Betsy. The phone slips. The last thing Lisa hears before impact is Carla shouting, "Lisa, don't," then everything detonates. Cars collide like thrown dice. Metal folds with a sound like thunder smothered by cloth. Glass explodes. Airbags bloom like violent flowers. Betsy's seat belt folds her fast as her sobs tear through the wreckage. When the chaos settles, the motorway is a ruin. An overturned van, a mangled hatchback, a motorcycle crushed beneath debris. Smoke hangs thick. The air tastes of petrol and burned rubber. People stagger like ghosts, some screaming names, others frozen in shock. Lisa's first clear thought is Betsy. She finds her wide-eyed, chest-heaving, brown eyes blazing with terror. Betsy. Mama. The word lands like a prayer. Sirens approach. Paramedics move with grave precision. Becky shakes, slick with blood or sweat, her eyes stripped bare with fear, and something like regret. Carla. Lisa whispers, the name a talisman. She remembers the phone. The screen is cracked. Carla's last words hover on the call lock, ghost-like. Lisa tries to dial. The world blurs. Her legs vanish beneath her. At the hospital, rollers are assigned. Helpers. Hurt. Witnesses who will retell the night 1,000 times. Carla arrives an hour later, having been found disheveled on a country lane miles from the motorway. She had escaped where Becky had kept her. The call was a spark to a pile of tinder. Betsy sleeps under clean sheets, hair braided the way Lisa does on school mornings. Carla's arm is braced, her brow bruised. Becky lies in a separate room, handcuffed to the bed rail, watched by a silent officer. Lisa stands between them, a fragile bridge. Statements are taken. Becky insists she was protecting her family, that the threat was real. Her lie is polished, coherent. Carla's truth trembles with fear and survival. The pile-up ripples through Weatherfield and Emmerdale alike. Lives tilt onto a new axis. In the aftermath, betrayal, grief, and impossible love collide. Becky is arrested. Betsy heals. Lisa learns how to live again with sharper eyes and fiercer priorities. Carla and Lisa rebuild without guarantees. Becky awaits judgment, public and private. The towns breathe on. Houses are repaired. Cars replaced. But the memory lingers. And for Lisa, one truth remains: people make mistakes, and sometimes, they hurt you on purpose.